Tony from Ensemble Manager. And in this video tutorial, we're going to talk about a new feature called Job Share. If you come to any roster, you'll see this little thing that's been added called Enable Job Share. Now, let me just kind of walk you through it. Let's take two scenarios. Let's say you're playing a very long series. Nutcracker would be some of them. A lot of orchestras will play, several services in Nutcracker. Let's say 20. And it's not going to be possible for the strings to play every single concert because they'll get severe tendonitis. So it would be a situation where, you have several strings that play this many services and another set of strings that plays the next set of series. So they kind of share it. Another scenario might be you have 5 services and there's a player in the orchestra, say principal trumpet, and he can't make the second rehearsal. So he's been given permission to play 4 of the 5 services. And there's going to be somebody who comes in and plays substitutes for him on that one service. So in reports, it needs to show up that he played 4, not 5, and this other person just played 1, not 5. So you want to keep track of in the reports who played what. So from a PDF or like a visual representation of who's playing it, you want to keep up with that kind of situation in a Nutcracker, or from a report situation, you want to keep track of how many services your musicians have played. So that's what it's going to be used for. And so if you want to use it, you click this checkbox and it will enable it. It's going to toggle it on. And you'll see this button that says Job Share. Now, in this particular concert, this is just a really simple one. I've put 3 services in here. So obviously it would be more in another situation, but for sake of argument, we're going to have 3. So as soon as you enable this, if you go to a section, so let's say if I go to trumpets and I look at this, you're going to see this new box that just popped up in everybody's account. And it's going to have the services or the rehearsals, right? So this would be my rehearsal. Let's say this is my concert. And it's going to default so that they're playing everything. But let's say in this situation, this player, he can't make the middle one, right? So I want to say that I offered it to him and he declined it. So I need to keep a track of that. He was offered it, but he declined it. So I'm going to go decline. So that's going to put him as declined. And you do that for everybody. Or if you just wanted to say, I just offered you 3 services. Well, then you would go, I said 3, I meant 2. Let's say this one and this one, and I didn't even offer this one, so that'd be set to none. So that's kind of how you set it up. So you can do it individually, or you can do it this way. If I go here, I can see it all at a glance. So in this situation, I can see all my instruments, right? And I want to see, I just want to see my violins. So I would just filter this out to my violins, and I can see who's playing what concert. Now, let's say that, and if it's up here, you're going to see that these are numbered. And if I hover over them, it'll tell me what rehearsal it is. The reason we did that is if the descriptions of your series tend to be kind of long, and if this box had all that information, this would take up the entire screen. So we just kind of number it, so if you hover over it, you can see what it is. Now let's say I just want to see one specific day, and so I can filter this out to that one day. And in this situation, because I'm only looking at one thing, it's going to give me that specific detail of that rehearsal or concert, and it's going to see like this. If I want to look at my violins, I'm like, okay, who's playing on this day? You can just filter it out to that. So this is how the job share works. Also in reports, it will show up with the correct number. So if you have, this again, 5 services and somebody's playing 4, instead of it showing 5 in that concert, it'll show 4. So this is also helpful from a report standpoint. So that's our job share function. Thank you again for using Ensemble Manager.